Fake news. What was the first thing you thought of when you heard me say that? I'm willing to bet that the majority of you thought of our president, Donald Trump. So why is our president connected with a term like fake news? Well, put simply, it's because over the past year, he has brought into the spotlight as well as redefined the term. And this redefined term is ruining civil debate in America. In order to understand how this is happening, we have to look at how this term has been redefined. Most of us don't realize it, but the term doesn't have the same meaning it did a couple of years ago. A few years ago, an accusation of fake news would have been followed by a fact-filled rebuttal that disproved the lies of the news story. And while today we still have the same dictionary definition of fake news, it holds a new purpose in society where it doesn't need to be backed up by facts. Donald Trump has redefined this term by using it to outright dismiss the factual content of news stories without providing a factual basis for doing so. And Princeton professor Andrew Guest defines this as an all-purpose insult against news sources. So over the past couple of years, we have seen Trump use this term we've seen him use it regularly to discredit news sources that he didn't agree with or that spoke negatively of him. And NPR did an analysis of his tweets over the past year and a half, and they found that on average, he made a claim of false news 14 times a month, which is just under every other day. In the majority of these cases, he did not provide a factual basis for making the claim, and by doing so, whether or not he was actually telling the truth, he never showed the American public the evidence, and all we saw was him use this term in place of actual evidence. An example of one of these is this tweet by Trump in which he claims that all negative news stories about him are fake news. He doesn't provide us with any evidence as to why this is, so we see that fake news is just used as evidence for its own argument, and this does not make logical sense, but by repeating this process so many times, President Trump has given the term this ability. So now that we understand how, I don't mean to say that he's done this on purpose, but by doing this over and over, he has given fake news the ability to be used as a term that doesn't need backing. It's an argument that doesn't need backing, and this is incredibly dangerous in today's society. So now you might be wondering how this is dangerous in today's society, but first we need to look at how this can impact debate. Debate is very important for us because we use it to look at all of our options, and it helps us find the best solution possible. And unfortunately, this term has been threatening debate recently in America because I just said it's used as an argument that doesn't need backing. Rather than holding debate where each side is providing facts to support their arguments, we're starting to see fake news be used as an end-all argument. Both in political and civil debate, we are seeing one party attack another's evidence and call it fake news rather than providing evidence of their own. And in a way, this is like a child covering their ears and yelling because they don't want to hear what you have to say, so they simply block it out. This prevents successful debate and instead just pushes us towards fighting and arguing that gets us nowhere. So now that we know exactly how debate works, exactly how this is affecting debate, we can see the consequences of this. So as we all know, debate is a vital part of democracy, and in fact, most of democracy is built around debate. Most of democracy is built around debate. We're starting to see politicians attack each other, and instead of actually working towards an issue, they're just attacking each other by saying, oh, this person's lying about that, or this person's lying about this. And this is acceptable in today's society because we no longer need facts to back up accusations of lying. As a society, we can't in conclusion, this term fake news has dismantled and eroded civil discourse in America. And as a society, we cannot allow this to happen because, as Vice President Hubert Humphrey once said, freedom is hammered out on the anvil of discussion, dissent, and debate. Thank you.